Hello, Professor. This is my assignment number two. That's my name and that's my student ID. Moving further with part A of my assignment, I have loaded all the necessary libraries that are needed. And the next function is the next thing was to load my dataset. That's my dataset for the symptoms of CSV. Then I have made a functions to replace all the yes and no's with ones and zeros for the encoding. Then I have applied math using the Python function, pandas function, and I have replaced all my data set with decimals with ones and zeros. Moving further, I have placed capital X and small y for my input parameters for training the model. For the X, I have used all of the non-hash coded values, X is one, and the second one contains only the values that are shown in hash code feature in the dataset. Then I have test train split the data. I have used four parameters, and these are the following with test size zero point 0.3, random 42, and stratify y. Then using the sklearn library decision tree classifier with random state 42, we have trained our model using the different parameters of x train and y and z. For prediction and evaluation, we have used model.predict of sklearn library, passed our x testing parameter, and got the accuracy score. This is also the library of sklearn, passing out the test parameters and prediction parameters. Then that's the accuracy of my model, part A. Moving further with the part B, we have two libraries that's going to be used. That's Pandas and MATLAB for data visualization. Loading our assign2.csv dataset. The very first task was to permanently model column. So I have used drop function of pandas, define model column, and as the return number of index values that returned after replacing the model. Moving further with the next task, it was to clean the data to remove any brackets or dollar signs or any typos. That's used using string.replace. I have named my brackets and dollar sign using res of false. And then for display, I have like, how can I prove these values are removed? I have found the top five values of cost feature in the dataset. Here's the result. And the next was to converting the cost column to integers. For that, I have used S type of pandas and passed the integer value. Then I have converted, and we can see that earlier it was an object and now it's in 64. The next task is to find the average using mean. I have used the mean function pandas and grouping the continent and cost and finding together their mean, we can see the two different values. Plotting a bar chart showing the mean of numerical group by continent, we have used group by function of continent and then finding its mean to find the average values. We can see the mean values of different continents have been provided with their respective IDs, ranges, values, and costs. And mean of numerical columns by continent has been displayed in the bar chart. I have used value counts to find out how many times each continent appears in the continent column. I can see the name count and D type is data type is teacher. The next one was to display unique values. That's been used using unique function of pandas. Let's return. After that, we can see that value counts is again used with the call feature of dataset to find out the number of uh, cost column values and describing its inputs in the comment. I have used value count showing each cost value and how many times it appears in the column. Using histogram, I have used map.lib and I have passed 50 bins and that's my type layout of histogram frequency versus cost. We can find the missing values of zip code and type using isNA and dot sum. IsNA is going to return all of the empty values, and sum going to bring up the whole sum of the empty values entities in the data set. Next one is to show the statistics for type, including NA and values. For that, I have used value counts with all of the NaN values present in the type feature of dataset. And then I have filled all the empty null values with triple S command. Here's the return result. And dropping all the rows with the missing values, we can see the original number of rows earlier before cleaning it was 950 containing the empty rows, but now it's 940. Use describe for the drop column, and as we can see that the count and the maximum unique and top frequency, all the features that are necessary, and we can see in the data set. Value at first row and third column of describe is 945. So for the sort the value counts of content by frequency, I have used again value counts, find out the values, then I have reset it the index by renaming it. And I have did this first I have renamed resetting to that I have again renamed the index continent to in place the values. After that, all of the parameters were passed successfully, and continent count supported by frequency, and then alphabetically we can see the count from sending to ascending. This is why this is my assignment number two. In this course, we have learned about how we can use the sklearn different further libraries to using particular model and evaluation and predict particular values through using the trained data set and passing evaluation through our models. In part A, I have learned how I can use the decision tree classifier with the random state 42 and how easily you can provide the accuracy with the data sets. In the next one, we have used pandas and matplotlib. These different tasks were helpful in finding out and exploring the different features used like drop NA, value counts, and resetting index files for implementing and cleaning our dataset. And matplotlib was very helpful for data visualization. That was my assignment number two. Thank you, bro.